Scent bird, I smell good, bish. And if you want to smell good like me, you'll click down below in the description box and get 15% off of your first month subscription service to Scentbird, which is a monthly subscription service that sends you perfumes, candles, hand lotions, and makeup. So you guys get down below, check out their website, and sign up. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another Real Housewives of Potomac. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys to check down below in the description box for all of the discount codes to the companies that I promote, especially my email address. You guys, hit me up if you need help repairing your credits, okay? I am looking for some agents, people who are serious about business and really want to make this money. Only serious inquiries, okay? So you guys hit me up on my email and ask for info and we'll talk, okay? All right, so let's just get right into Real House of Potomac because this tone of voice is as sweet as it's gonna be for the rest of the video, okay? So Giselle decides it's time to break the news to her mama and her 3 daughters that her and Sherman are no more like somebody care, okay? Them little girls look like maybe their feelings was hurt, but maybe they already knew about it, or maybe they didn't give a fuck. I wasn't too sure how to read the kitties, but they did have looks of like, okay, on their face as regards to their mama. And I'm just looking at Giselle, like I don't care. I don't care. I don't like Giselle. So this scene with her beautiful daughters and her beautiful mother, who I thought was a white woman when I first saw her walking through the door of the restaurant that they were going into, I just don't care. Monique is getting ready for the trip, rubbing essential oils all on her babies because that's how she came up with the idea for her website, not for the lazy moms or whatever the name of it is. Either way, her son got really sick, had a sinus infection that he could not get rid of, and doctors wanted to pump him with antibiotics, and she was not here for it. She did her research on essential oils and found that geranium oil was really great. Okay, that's what she was rubbing on them at the moment. I don't know if that's the oil that helped her son, but either way, in 3 days, it had cleared up. So now she can't wait to go to Cannes. I know how to pronounce can, y'all. Okay, somebody was like, the S is silent, Bondy. And it's like, thank you, love. But I pronounce it Canes because that's how I felt like pronouncing it. Not because I don't know that it's pronounced Cane. I do because I know about the Cannes Film Festival, okay? I don't care. Okay, so if I say Canes, it's because that's what I felt like saying, okay? Can is just very hard for me to say when I think about the spelling of the word. And I think about the spelling of the word every time I say it. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is when they do get to Cannes or Canes or whatever, she's going to an essential oil place so they can make oils and pick oils out, and also so they can get perfumes. And I'm excited about the essential oil place that they're going to because I really want to see it. But either way, this is a scene where she's getting her assistant, cousin, whoever, getting them ready for her to be gone. So she's like laying out the outfits that her daughter's supposed to wear for the next week or two while she's gone and taking pictures of them. And I'm like, really? You do all of that because for some reason your husband can't pick out an outfit for his child without showing, help even when you're out of town? I think that just was showing us about how much of their lives Monique is in charge of as it pertains to their children. Like picking out the outfits, what they gonna eat, where they go, what they do. Like I think Monique is just trying, and the show is trying to show us that Monique has some validity to her feelings about how much she has to cater to her husband and how it's not always about her, regardless to what we all may think about her being a rich woman who needs to just calm the fuck down and sit the fuck down. But if you want to have something for your own, if you want to have your own success that's not attached to your husband's, I think that she should be allowed to do whatever she feels she needs to do without people telling her she needs to sit her ass down. If she wants to have her own businesses, if she wants to be an entrepreneur, if she wants to have her own and still have her husband's as well, then I only feel like it's right for her to do whatever she feels she needs to do. And if it's time for him to back her up like she backed him up all these years, then so be it. But I don't like this narrative of, oh, she needs to just go sit down and live in his house and do nothing so she doesn't complain about being tired. I don't agree with that, because I feel like in most of these situations, when we looking at them aggravating bitches on Basketball Wives, we was hoping these hoes would go and do something with their lives, the way they sit around and do nothing and live off these men pension checks from playing basketball for all them years, okay? These hoes sit back and do absolutely nothing and bring nothing to the table. And now that they all old, they have nothing to show for. Ashley calls Robin, and Robin congratulates Ashley on her song and her singing to Michael on the last episode. It was amazing. I'm like, Robin, what the fuck were you listening to? It was cute, it was okay, it was good, but it was not amazing. Okay, let's stop that right there. If we're talking about her brother doing backup, then that's what was the amazing part. Whatever she was doing at the beginning was just okay. For somebody that was talking about they could sing, I was expecting more than what she gave, bitch. And I think Michael was expecting more too, because when she looked back at the pictures, he was not smiling. He looked stressed the fuck out. And it might have been because her mama hand was on his thigh. You never fucking knew. But all I know is, Robin, why is you sitting on the phone lying to that girl, trying to give her your delusions, talking about Michael was blushing the whole time? Bitch, who, when you saw that? When? And I picked up on it. I was like, oh, Robin, please share the delusions about men being more into you than they really are. Ashley and Robin, y'all go ahead and share that together. Be friends in delusion. Robin says that she's excited about this trip to Cannes, but she still ain't fucking with Monique. She still don't trust her. And I'm like, I'm so tired of Robin, because I feel like with Robin, even if you don't really do anything to her, no matter what you say, she's never going to believe you. If you apologize, your apology ain't real. If you say, okay, whatever, that's how I feel, then you a terrible person. But she's never wrong for anything she does or how she acts with people. She's always right. It's always okay for her to act how she act, but everybody else is always either a fucked up person or they just lying about being sorry, which also makes them a fucked up person. That bitch is exhausting to me, and I really feel like Monique should not have invited them. And I think that this was probably something that was in their contracts, because you know how on Real Housewives of Atlanta they have to go to the trips, and I feel like everybody probably wanted to get their paycheck, but it made me very, very fucking annoyed. Great job, Bravo, at the way Robin and Giselle acted towards Monique this entire episode, when she was being nice to you old, disgusting, bitter, undeserving batches. So they had some friends, and Karen said that she is ready for whatever type of gangbang that Giselle has, in store for her, because they're not getting along. She don't like Giselle. She don't like how she roll. And we've all seen that very clearly these past couple of episodes, which I understand why she feels that way. Giselle is a bitch that will say anything up out her mouth to hurt you, no matter what. And she showed her true colors this episode and really cemented how Karen feels about her. We're going to get into that shit. They get on a plane. Robin was running late because Robin hasn't been feeling good. I don't give a fuck. When they get on the plane, they see that Charisse and Monique have first class seats while everybody else is in business class. Okay, but these are nice seats. These seats have divisions and shit. They look like they had at least some leg room, as opposed to some of the flights that I've been on domestically, or even some of the when I went out of the country, the one time that I went on plane, that wasn't like a quick island stop. Man, let me tell you something. I never want to go to Europe. I never want to go anywhere where it's going to be 11, 12, 13-hour flight and you in regular old business class or economy or whatever the fuck. That's like, you got to go first class. But that shows that you, bitch, Giselle, ain't really making no money off that Every Hue Beauty, because if you felt so bad about it that you was left in business class, why couldn't you just go ahead and give them people the money to upgrade your C-hole? Sitting up there talking about we was supposed to be together. Really? Y'all was probably going to sit there and ignore her anyway. Y'all told her before y'all came on the trip that that's what y'all was going to do. Y'all was going to do y'all, and if y'all hooked up with her, that was okay. Bitch, you didn't already let that girl know you don't give a fuck. And Monique had an argument with her old man the night before she came out here to get on this plane and go to Cannes and all of that. So she needed a moment. And being in first class with her sister Sharice, having somebody to talk to was what the fuck she wanted to do with her birthday. I don't understand why anybody else was bothered. And that's why Giselle and Robin work on my nerves. You can't never do nothing for these bitches to be satisfied. They always gotta complain about something. Always gotta feel like they deserve some type of explanation about you and your life and the choices you make. That shit is exhausting. Because no grown woman should be that observant or give a fuck that much about what other people are doing, especially if you don't like somebody. You don't like Monique, so why did it matter that she upgraded her seat? She wasn't about to be sitting next to you. All you wanted to do was sit next to Robin, and you got a chance to sit next to Robin. That's the only person you act like you give a fuck about. So that's the person you should have been worried about. Robin's ass wasn't in first class, so why is you mad, ho? So they land at the airport, and they're gonna get on helicopters to get to the island of Cannes from, I want to say Nice. It's probably pronounced Nice. I'm not sure. Whatever. All I know is it was also annoying to me that she went through all of the trouble of like really laying this out in such a posh, rich lady way. They got on 2 helicopters that only took 7 minutes instead of a 45-minute drive, which them hoes could have sat through to get to Cannes. So I kind of felt like, damn, Monique, invite me next time you won't go on a trip. They get to the hotel. She got bouquets of flowers for each and every one of these bitches. And because she has the big penthouse suite, she had another small suite that was next to hers. And she offered it to the 2 bitches, Giselle and Robin, and let them choose which one of them wanted the room. And Giselle says maybe Robin should have it because Robin and you almost came to blows. So maybe it should be her. Well, then Robin says no. Well, maybe since you and Giselle didn't get into blows, that it should be her. So Giselle, being a true me first bitch that she is, thank you. I'll take the keys, bitch. I tried to be nice, but since you want to be stupid, I'll take it, ho. Karen clocked it and was like, Robin will never learn. No, she won't, because she's stupid as fuck, okay? Always with the same dumb ditzy bullshit. Letting somebody get over on you and acting all hard and shit with people that ain't really doing you nothing. Like, I can't stand people like that. And that's what Robin does. Giselle plays the fuck out of her all the time. She played the fuck out of her with her house. Oh, all of this, Robin. Y'all remember that. And now she just plays you right in front of your face with this shit. And she always putting the battery in your back. But you want to have beef with Monique, the person who you actually have more in common with at this point. When everybody got to their rooms, she had baskets for them. It was very nice, okay? Candace gets on the phone with Chris because she's pissed off about the fact that her view is of an apartment building. And I'm like, bitch, you better slick to the side and see if you can see the water from the side or from behind that building. It does not matter though. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't pay for it. It's a free trip. You still gonna see the water when you out and about. Is the bed comfortable? Do you have the channels that you need? Is the tub nice? Is the food good? Focus on the positive. You didn't pay for this, so don't get all fucking stanking your attitude about the room. But unlike everybody else, Candace would just say that shit to Chris but kept it to herself. I appreciate you, Candace, unlike the rest of these ungrateful ass old hoes. Ashley has a conversation with her mom, and y'all know at the open mic night, Ashley said she hadn't talked to her mom in like 2 months. Or seen her in 2 months. But now they're having a phone conversation, and since Michael has been acting like an asshole, she kind of feels like it's more important for her to care about the relationship between her and her mama, since her mama's love is unconditional, but yet Michael's love has a whole bunch of fucking conditions on it, okay? And she don't know whether she want to keep fighting for this marriage. I done already told you to take the lump sum and go ahead and get on with your fucking life. You already on Real Housewives of Potomac. That's a steady paycheck for as long as y'all gonna have seasons. And I can tell you right now, y'all got at least 2 seasons, bitch. You gonna be all right, all right? So everyone goes to Monique's room so that they can, you know, have a good time. I don't know why they felt the need to all dress up to go to somebody's hotel room, but I'll let you hoes be extra since y'all in France, okay? They all have like champagne and dinner in Monique's room and toast and have a good time and all of that shit and twerking. And Ashley, that her booty was popping up and down like, all right, Ashley, bitch, you better know how to twerk for them hoes. Twerk for them hoes, all right? I was there for it. And then Giselle has to ask Karen about her perfume line. And you could tell the tone of her voice is accusatory, like, bitch, I want you to slip up and say that you really don't have a perfume line. And this is when I get exhausted with Giselle, Robin, and Ashley, because this is something that they all like to do. Y'all like to pick and pride at people's personal lives as if it somehow matters to yours. Whether or not Karen is actually coming out with a perfume line or not is of no consequence. But because you bitches have nothing else to beef about, y'all are going to make this a big thing on this trip. So Karen says, well, what stage is Every Hue Beauty in, bitch? She was like, I'm just playing. Because she knows that Every Hue Beauty is out and doing well. And we've all congratulated Giselle on that. When we can get past how nasty, foul, and disrespectful and ungrateful she is, we can say, congratulations for getting in Target, bitch. I'll be on the lookout for a cycle like a fucking chiwi. But they start to go back and forth. Oh, my business, you worry about my business. Don't you worry about your business. Karen is like, are you a partner? Are you a partner in my business? So why are you worrying about me, Giselle? Why are you worrying about me? And I don't understand why she's worrying about her neither, okay? She makes a little slide comment to Giselle, Karen, talking about all of the partners that Giselle has. And it's like, oh, so what's the word on the curve about all the partners? That's some shade I didn't know about. Y'all inform me about it, all right? Tell me in the comments if you know why that was shady, that Giselle has several partners to her Every Hue Beauty business. I guess it was speaking to the fact that hoe ain't got no money and needed somebody to help her with that Every Hue Beauty rollout hoe. So don't be down talking to Karen when Karen don't have all of the benefactors that you might have. Like, I just kind of feel like it doesn't matter. And the thing I've noticed about Karen is Karen likes to lie about her own life. I don't give a fuck about people lying about their own life, especially when it don't have nothing to do with me. I don't care if you want to lie about where you live. I don't care if you want to lie about if you about to start a business. If I see that you never actually start the business, well, I'll see that it was a lie, and I should just already know that. And it ain't no sweat off my back. I ain't have to give you no money for it, bitch. Like, I don't understand why everybody cares so much. Then Ashley says that she heard that Matt, the one who is close with Karen, who's always around Karen, says that she found him on Craigslist. They have not been friends for all of that time, which I thought that was a lie, that they've been friends for 12 years. He don't even look like he was, an adult 12 years ago, but whatever. Anyway, he was drunk at some gay club spilling the tea about how Karen is living in an apartment. And Cherie says that Ray had a bachelor pad before they got together that he always kept. And that's where Karen and him are probably staying right now. And that the Great Falls house is just for show. That's why you don't see any of her old furniture in that house. And I just kind of feel like, so let me get this straight. Y'all trying to act like what Karen is doing is so salacious, when this is something that all of y'all do for the most part. And I'm not saying all of y'all on the show, but I'm saying that there are several people on reality shows that rent houses either because they want to show you that they have a better life than they really do, or because they don't want you to see inside their house. They want to obtain some type of privacy. And I also feel like it's for their protection sometimes. But it just kind of annoyed me that they were trying to make a big deal out of it. And Ashley's like, but Karen, you're so dishonest. You never tell the truth. And it's like, Ashley, but it doesn't matter. She hasn't lied about you. She hasn't lied about anything you've said. So why does it matter to you where she lives? And Monique speaks up and said, well, I actually went to see her at the Great Falls house, which means absolutely nothing. If you knew Monique was coming over, all right, Ray, baby, I'm going to be over at the Great Falls house because I got a taping a day with Monique. All right, I'll see you later, sugar. And that would explain why we never really see him in that house. But I also feel like this is not something that is a regular in reality TV show land. So what is the big fucking deal? Once again, just trying to make a storyline, trying to make an argument, trying to make something pop. All because you have nothing really else going on but to pick on fucking Karen. That shit just worked on my nerves. So at some point, Monique says that, it's hard to be yourself in this group because y'all are always nitpicking at everybody. I don't know who she was speaking about, but Giselle piped up and said, well, my problem was that we came on this trip. We were supposed to all be together. And then you went ahead and got first class seats and you left us. And that's when Monique explains about what happened with her and Chris and how she just really needed somebody to talk to. And then Giselle and them are like, oh, well, we understand that. We understand what it's like to be with a man who is not used to the spotlight being on you and not on him. So we get that. That's all you had to say. The bottom line, Giselle, is that Monique doesn't owe you a response. She does not owe you an explanation. She doesn't owe you anything. If she wanted to upgrade her seat, she didn't have to tell you about that, bitch. And the fact that you even made a big deal about it makes you such a hypocrite, because the next day when it was time to go and do all of the things that Monique had planned, you didn't want to go. You wanted to break up the group. So please explain to me why her being on the same plane in a different seat made a difference to you so fucking much, you petty ass bitch. She just works on my nerves, y'all. And Monique got emotional, you know, in the discussion because she really loves her husband, but at the same time, it's hard for him to deal with the fact that their dynamic is changing. And I think that Chris is going to arise to the occasion because he loves Monique so much and because Monique loves him and takes good care of him, regardless of the fact that she's trying to make other things happen for herself. And Giselle, you know, kind of stepped into her first lady vibe and started giving her advice and telling her that, you know, you have to learn that these men do have a hard time with this, but at the same time, you have to be able to accept that he might not be able to rise to the occasion. In a moment, her tone feels like she's trying to help, but I also feel like she would find very much joy in the scenario of Chris not being able to handle Monique wanting to have her own fame and have her own business and have her own, you know, her own pride and her own work, you know, because it's not a job, her own business, but to have her own money. And for that to mean that it's not coming from him as a retired player, but from her and whatever businesses that she's accrued on her own. And I just kind of feel like Giselle is a person that is so used to acting genuine that it comes off genuine, but it's not. In all actuality, she's hoping for the downfall of your marriage because she don't know what the fuck Sherman is and she ain't got no man and her marriage failed. So she wants the misery to be spread around so she can have more company. And Robin is an exact example of that shit. I am just saying, okay? I don't like Giselle. And I read the fakeness in that moment. But it got bad to me when Candace decided to chime in about how even though her Chris isn't an athlete or a preacher, he has a hard time dealing with all of her fabulousness as, you know, a pageant crown holder and being on the news and just kind of being known out into the world. And before she can even really get into how they argued, the girls start laughing at her. And I think it's because in a moment they were all, you know, oh, woe is me, our issues are so tough. And then here come Candace, you know, with her princess shit, talking about how, you know, her husband doesn't have any money and she's so spectacular and everything. And everybody was just kind of all looking at her like, bitch, what are you talking about? It was almost like she was using this opportunity to big herself up and then talk about how he can't handle how great she is. So they, you know, they've been drinking, so they all kind of bust out laughing at her. And she was like, oh, is that funny? And Monique was like, look, I was just laughing at the facial expressions that Giselle was making. And Candace got pissed because she's like, you don't even like Giselle, but now y'all about to join together in camaraderie and making fun of me. And I felt bad for Candace, even though I do understand where they're coming from. Like, Candace, shut the fuck up. Your problems are not like that. And you need to stop acting like that, because you do act like a spoiled little brat. That is who you are. And if you don't want people to call you that, stop acting like that. You know, I get that, but at the same time, for them just to bust out laughing like that, I thought it was mean. But she's a young girl, and she gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that is hate sometimes too from some of you bitches. Like, y'all relish in the fact that everybody was laughing at her and she felt hurt and played all at the same time. And then they just decide to get up and walk off and leave. And Candace is just sitting there like, really, bitches? Like, really? I'm trying to open up my heart just like everybody else is, and y'all gonna laugh at me? But Sharice called her a princess, and she was just like, wow, bitch. I mean, no understanding whatsoever. I just said I don't like being called that shit. Yeah, y'all hoes ain't right. Anyway, so the next day, everybody is getting ready to leave to go get the oils. And I told y'all that Giselle and Robin, I think they set it up like that. Like, Robin was running late and Giselle kept telling the rest of the girls that they can just go ahead and she's going to wait behind for Robin, breaking up the group. And eventually, Monique kind of got the hint that Giselle didn't want to go. So she just walked off. And Cherie stayed behind and was like, what are you doing? And that's when Karen walks around the corner and overhears Giselle saying, well, I want to know why Miss Perfume don't want to go and watch perfume be made. It's probably because she doesn't really have one. And Karen just ignored that and was like, you know what, Giselle? You are really full of shit and you wrong for how you doing, Monique. You wrong for this. And she's like, but what about you? What about you and your comments towards Every Hue Beauty last night? You was all in my ass about my business. And it's like, no, bitch. You was in Karen's ass about hers and she turned it around and asked you about yours since you wanted to ask her about hers. That's what happened, Giselle, with your disgusting, retarded, I don't remember what actually happened when it doesn't make me look good ass. She just works on my nerves, y'all. This thing blew me because out of nowhere she says, oh, that's why Ray is all up Erica. What's the bitch name? Erica Lyles. He's all up Erica Lyles' ass. And he wants to lick Erica Lyles up and down loud as hell in the lobby of this hotel. You gonna tell this woman that her husband wants to fuck your business partner and that's why she hating on your business? Really? Really, Giselle? You are a terrible person. I don't give a fuck. I have not seen or heard anything this bad done to Giselle by anybody on the show. Karen has not done anything to deserve that type of bullshit from somebody who claimed to be her friend. How can you throw that in her face that her man was following some woman around a party and wants to fuck her? Like, really? Really, Giselle? You need your ass whooped. And if I was Karen, I would never be your friend again. Because anytime you can throw something like that in your girlfriend's face and not give a fuck about how she felt about it, you are nobody's friend. You're not even a friend to your goddamn self because you disrespected your own self standing in the lobby screaming to the top of your lungs about, that's why Ray loves Erica Lyles. That's why Ray wants to fuck Erica Lyles. You are a classless, degenerate, depraved bitch. And I hope you get what you deserve one day, Giselle. I really do. That shit right there was so fucked up. I don't care what anybody says. Who rubs something like that in a friend face? Are you serious? Are you serious? Fuck your business. Fuck your business, Giselle. For real. Fuck Every Hue Beauty. Fuck you. That was wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I was watching this shit like I would have choked that bitch and all of the rings that are wrapped around her neck to the ground, okay? I would have choked her and them grandma jaws down to the ground. Are you serious? All because she said you have a lot of partners in Every Hue Beauty? Really? She may not like Erica Lyles. And Ray might want to fuck Erica Lyles. But as somebody that don't have a man and has been cheated on several times in a public manner with women in your congregation, you would think you would have more compassion for another woman. But you know what, Giselle? That would mean that you would actually be a person with halfway a good heart. And I don't think you do, ho. Anyway, y'all, that's how I felt about Real Housewives of Potomac. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to check down below in my description box for my email. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.